Autodesk Inventor is a complete design and engineering solution, helping you and your teams stay connected from design to manufacturing. Inventor provides you with a stable and responsive environment as you create large assemblies and complex product designs. Whether you are designing industrial machines, complete production systems, or custom fabricated designs for BIM, Inventor delivers the tools needed to get your projects to production faster. Inventor has a complete set of tools to speed up your modeling process, from sheet metal, welded frames, tube and pipe, electromechanical, mold tools, and direct access to a robust content library and engineering calculators. Shave days off your projects by rapidly configuring products and minimizing repetitive tasks using iLogic design automation technology. Facilitate faster collaboration among teams and vendors by using a secure, cloud-based design review tool that protects your intellectual property. Connect directly with AutoCAD for your product design and manufacturing workflows. And if you subscribe to the collection, you will also get integrated tools for advanced simulation, CAM, factory planning, and high-end visualization. Regardless of what you make, be it rockets for aerospace, high-performance boats, or high-efficiency air compressors. All over the world, our customers depend on Inventor as their complete design and engineering solution. Accelerate your product development today with Autodesk Inventor.
Maintain electrical design intent and reduce errors by importing wire lists directly from AutoCAD Electrical or from other third-party schematic design applications with integrated detection and correction of missing connectors, pins, and wire definitions. Inventor wires up all the connectors in your digital prototype in a single operation using the connectivity data in the imported wire list to insert the necessary wires between each connector. Organize the resulting wires using multi-segment harness assemblies to define how you want the wires and cables routed through the equipment. Add points or move existing points to refine the overall shape of the harness and ensure proper spacing for manufacturing. Inventor creates associative relationships between the harness segments and the assembly geometry so wires move with their connectors, establishing and maintaining electrical intent even as the design changes. The intelligent cable and harness functionality at Autodesk Inventor recalculates quality parameters including bundle diameter, bend radius, and wire lengths whenever you make changes, reducing material wastage and improving the quality of your cable harnesses. Quickly and easily create manufacturing documentation before you build the first article. Since cable and harness geometry is native to Inventor, you can create nailboard diagrams, wire run lists, termination charts, cut tables, and other documentation needed to design and manufacture the harnesses. Reduce manufacturing problems, avoid late-stage engineering change orders, and save time and money by designing your cable and harness components in 3D.
Alright everyone, let's have a look at cable and harness. So you can find it under your environments tab. Getting back to the assembly, this is our enclosure, our PC board, a connector, and then two other connectors. And we're going to wire those together. This is a workshop, kind of a workshop on our side, so I won't be showing everything, but I will be showing you some of the cable and harness details. First we need to create a pin in the part itself for the connector. And as you can see, I can select the outer ring of the hole and then place a pin to get it centered. We'll call it pin 1. From there, continue with number 2. Make that pin 2. Go over to 3. This is a continuous feature, so it kind of helps with the speeding or process of things. 4 and 5, 6, 7, Next we'll have a look at, let's just exit that. So that's our part. The other thing we need to do is actually go and create or author the part, and we need to do that in our connector as from the connector authoring feature. So what we have is a discrete wire and a ribbon wire, and we can select the outward direction for that. So I'm going to let it connect from that direction, and we can go ahead and click OK, and we'll see authoring successful. Alright, so next we'll do the same for the other part. So we can go ahead and open that up. Now we're in the part environment. Let's add our pins. Same as the other one. Let's just run through 1 to 9 here. This one's actually giving me the option to follow the numbering that's already part of the part. And I don't need to follow or type in the part numbers or the pin numbers. So let's click on done and then go to our connector and say this is the direction I want the wires to face. I did the same for the other side as well because it's the same part. Go ahead and click return, and now you can see the different pins from all the connectors. So in this example I'm just going to show you what the wires are and how segments work and some drawing features for the sake of the webinar. Right, so let's get into it. It's going to be Environments tab, go to Cable and Harness. Normally it'll ask you to save here. Let's create our cable and harness assembly. And from here we can go and select our create wire. So let's see, pin 1. We have all our different pin numbers as you can see. And I'm just going to select this one here. And I'm going to connect it to pin 1 at the bottom. Next we can have a look. You can go and rename it. I'm just going to use the generic category, and this would be your thickness and color of the wire you're going to use. So let's use 16 red. Let's apply. Alright. Let's do the same for pin number 2. I'm going to make that violet. Next color white. Let's go to 3. Apply. Alright, and then I just want to show you guys you can select the rendered display or create a custom display. So the rendered display is actually going to show you the thickness of the wire in your assembly environment. It's a bit of a better visual, but sometimes it makes sense to work with the lines themselves instead of the rendered display. So let's just continue. I'm going to use different sizes here so you can see there is a difference. Pin number 4. Let's use grey for number 5, and it doesn't matter either way, it doesn't need to go in one direction, it's bi-directional. Let's just select that one. Hit apply. Let's use green for pin number 6. can right click and click apply as well. I'm running out of colors here. Let's see. Alright, bigger size, a black cable or wire. And let's try a blue one as well. Pin number 8. Hit apply. And then last but not least, let's try an orange one for number 9. Okay, great. So let's render them all. There we go. Now you can see your wires, and if they would clash with anything, you can orientate it a bit. If it does clash with anything, you can always go and move it around and or add a segment to it. So let me show you guys another way of doing it. So that's just your connecting points. It's looking quite well. So let's create a set. You can also hit right click and select edit offset. I'm just going to make it let's say 3 millimeters. I would recommend, it's just my preference, from the ends to make it a bit higher, so it's a bit of a smoother flow for your wires. And then wait until it's green, or try and grab it on a green side and then just create a path for your segment along a surface. So let's place this one here. It's all 3 mils. Let's just offset one here to make it interesting. And I'm going to actually go and right click and edit offset. Let's make it 10 millimeters for the last one. And then let's have a look at what it looks like at the end. So we hit finish. That's what it's looking like when it's rendered. So that's a bit higher and looks a bit more smooth to me as well. Alright, so we can finish that up, and then let's have a look at, let's say, the routing of our wires through the segment. So if we use the centerline display again, we can select route, and there's an automatic function as well, which helps quite a lot. But let's select route for now and test it out with a couple of wires. So we select our wire, or let's say our wires, and then go over to our segment. Actually, we need to go and select single segment, so because it's just one segment with no split ends, you can't select the first or second segment. Alright, so that's then pushing those wires through our segment area, and it's a bit of a smoother effect. So like I said earlier, you can go and move these wires around if they do clash with anything else. So just an example for that, we can go and right click on a wire, and from here in our list we can find add points, and as we go through the line or the wire, center line with a dot, and that would be where your move will take place. So let's finish that up and select our point and select 3D move, and we can drag it around using our axes for that. You can also add a offset, a millimeter offset at the top. I just like dragging them around and then hit OK. So that's moving them around and getting them out of some of your components' ways, and it's a bit easier to work with. Okay, so let's have a look at the drawing side of it, and it would be under nail board. And we'll go to our metric tab and select the drawing I want from there. Alright, then we hit OK. We'll go and take us to our drawing environment and plot our cable and harness assembly. As you can see, it already pushes us into a sketch where we can go and dimension each line individually, as well as create angles or spacings between them. You can also go and exit your sketch and double click on your view to go and change your scale. You can make it whatever you prefer. If we hit on edit again, we're back into our sketch environment. You can also go into your nailboard tab and you will find your property display options. You can also go and dimension it from here. But when clicking on your display options, you can go and select an object, part of your segment, and select its property you want to display. After placing that dimension, we can select wires from it as well, and then select, let's say, our outer diameter and plot it next to it. We can also go and select the top wire and select the color property to display. Alright, so that's pretty much it we can show you guys for today's webinar. Thanks for coming in and joining us for today's session. I hope we see you again soon. Let's head over to the Q&A section.